All right, let's get into it, huh? So again, another viewer submission here. I've not played any games with this one, but we're having a good time today, so I wanted to add one more. This is Thresh, Lux, Harrowing, or Zombie Ashe, depending on how you think of it. So one of the things in Runeterra that takes a little bit of adjustment to learn is that when you play have a champion in play, all other copies of those champions that you draw turn into their champion spell. Unlike with like legendary cards in Magic, this doesn't strictly mean that you can't have multiple copies of the same champion in play. It just requires that you kind of use other cards to make that happen. So with things like Rekindler and Harrowing and Mistcall. What's up, Jacob? Mommy needs me. Does she really? Or are you being silly? You're silly. Okay. She would message me if she needs me. I love you. Okay. All right. Anywho, so we can use that to get multiple Ashe. Thresh's effect when he levels can also get you more Ashes into play. I'm going to ping her just in case. She doesn't respond with a no, I'll go check. And then the rest of the deck is just kind of good Shadow Isle and Fridge Lord cards. We got some Sentries and some Glimpse Beyond and some Icevale Archers and Vile Feast, good things to help us stay alive. And then we've got some Rhyme Fang Wolves, and then we've got Babbling here, which specifically draws units with 5+ power. What's up? Mommy needs my phone. Oh, okay, there you go. She wants to do a Pokemon raid. There you go. That I believe. That's accurate. Got you. All right, let's dive into some games here and see how this goes. Yes, so deck building restrictions in Runeterra are you can have at most 3 copies of an individual card, and your deck can have at most 6 total champions in it. He told me that you needed me, and I was like, well, if she needed me, she would message me, usually. Twisted Fate Nautilus, so definitely a deep deck. We're going to mulligan Vile Feast. We're going to keep 2, 3, 4, because we're going to need to be aggressive in this matchup, most likely. Longtime lurker in the stream and MTG player. Are there any big tips you would give someone when starting to play Runeterra? The tutorial is very good, and I would recommend playing it. There are a couple of things in Runeterra, such as how the stack resolves and how the priority system and turn structure works, that you kind of have to relearn coming from Magic. But so long as you don't expect it to work exactly like Magic and you realize you're learning something similar but new, it's very quick to pick up on a lot of the time. I think I'm going to open attacks here so that way they can't... Oh, the 1/4 is a Shadow Isles card. Okay, I'm going to play the Rhyme Fang. Ring Tangy! Thank you for the 26 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Just keeping me around. Who's a good little frog? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. The way this deck is constructed, Babblingberg here always draws us Ashe, which is great. I would definitely say, Enigma, if you haven't played the tutorial, I'd recommend doing that. You'll get a lot more out of the stream and be able to ask better questions about things that are going on if you understand the turn structure a little bit. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in chat. Happy to cover what we can. I think I'm just playing Ashe here. I have Glimpse, and like, even if they kill Ashe before I can miscall, I have another Babbling to draw another Ashe. Yeah, the fact that their petty officer hit a...
I'm always up for a round or two.
Hit a card that tosses is pretty good for them.
All that glitters.
I think I'm just passing here. I don't think I want to trade this 3-3 for their 3-2. Especially with Twisted Fate in play here. So they drew a bunch of cards there, but 3 of these cards are fleeting, which means they have to play them this turn or they lose them. That's what the pick a card they played is. Obliterate. Okay, well, we're going to glimpse this in response. That way we can miscall it back. There's another Ashe. So, do we just miscall here and get our Ashe back? I think the answer is yes. Will I be playing in any tournaments? Maybe, if tournaments exist. I know there's some community run events. I don't know that I'm really interested in, like, playing in tournaments that are being run on, like, third-party stuff like Smash.gg. But, like, if they eventually do in-client tournament stuff, I would definitely be down for that. Well, he is getting dangerously close to leveling. That's really scary. He's going to be at 7 of 8 here. And any instant speed draw gets him. Yes, Rummage is a great use of fleeting cards for sure. I think we Thresh and then hope to be able to kill this before they draw a card, which is pretty unlikely. A good chance they salvage or Rummage here and then Twisted Fate levels on us. Yep. Yeah, so Twisted Fate's level mode is really good. So every time they play a card while level Twisted Fate is out, they get one of these 3 card effects in order. So blue card, red card, gold card. Yeah, they have to cast 3 things to get to yellow card. So it depends on what their hand looks like here for sure. I agree. If we kill Twisted Fate here, we have a shot.
Eyes open.
Okay. There's a lot of things dying here. So, like, my Thresh is getting really close to level A. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 things dying. 5 things dying. Thresh's attack trigger brings out Ashe and also triggers. Nice. No direct promotional things for me. Why is Nautilus an oaf? I've got Ashe's freeze right here. I got 11 total mana. How do I feel about just playing Rekindler? I think I like just playing Rekindler. It gets me an Ashe. Yeah, Rekindler gives us an Ashe, which is great. They could have an Obliterfish here. Yeah, if they have another Devourer of the Deeps, they get to do that. Oh, geez. And that's their second one of those, right? So, like, they could play a bunch of free stuff here. Yeah, we could die here. They don't have Atrocity in their deck. So I just get to do this, and then go to 7. You think I jump with the Ashes and then Harrowing next turn? I don't think so. Yeah, like, this is leveling Thresh. I just get to open attacks next turn, right? And, like, level, get another Ashe that's leveled. That's 18, 20, 22. Yeah, like, Thresh is already leveling. Oh, I should take the free block. Sure, that's free. Is it better to trade them off, though, and then, like, Harrowing? That would be 3 Ashes plus a Rekindler. I think I'm supposed to just do this. No, the Atrocity is a Shadow Isles card. That's actually a perfect draw, because now I can take out all their blockers, right? I was gonna have to hook one of them, but now I flash freeze this.
The time is right. Strike now.
And then... Oh, this doesn't show Thresh's thing still, right? That's a bug. This doesn't show what Thresh is getting with the eye, but this should get a leveled Ashe, which freezes this.
Tribes.
Okay, so this is fearsome. These are not. So I think I'm supposed to double Vile Feast so I have blockers here. I also want to do damage to the O4s, so that way they have 3 life, so Crystal Arrow gets them, correct? Also, let's Brittle Steel work. So now I Crystal Arrow and box, right? And again, the reason why it's profitable to respond to my own spell like this is this way there isn't another priority pass that happens here. Well, I mean, you could also play Riptide Serious Business. It also isn't a signature spell unless you have Not out.
The deep. this serpentine?
Okay. I'm not dead yet.
Run along, little one.
Do I kill Ashe and revive her here so I have lots of blockers? The answer is yes. So I need to not die. I need to fade a Mystic Shot here. We just Harrowing, right? The eye lets you know what you're gonna get back. I block with Thresh. Is it for Harrowing? Yeah. It mostly doesn't matter. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That was great. That was fantastic. The old salvage with an empty deck. Nailed it, chat. Nailed it. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. Yeah, I think that was on purpose. I think they knew they had no outs, and they were basically conceding. All right, Ryan, Ezreal, Twisted Fate. They have a lot of things that incidentally kill an X1. I kind of think I'm into the rest of these cards. We'll probably bank Spell Mana on the first 3 turns, and then we can bring Rhymefang Wolf back if they kill it. Did you add the attack token? Wouldn't you want to pass so you could grasp in response to Mystic Shot? Well, if I passed and then they pass, they untap and they kill me. So I couldn't beat a Mystic Shot, so I shouldn't play around it. It was my turn. I had the attack token. If I were to pass there, they would just kill me. Opponent misclicked and forgot to attack. All right, we take those.
Old eyes still see far and clear.
Misclicks happen, chat.
You'll fight or you'll swim. A true Freljordian welcome.
I think I want to Frostbite that one so I'll get a free point here. Yeah, especially like coming from Magic, it's very easy to just be like, oh right, I can attack on one.
Brave the homestead.
Those are actually pretty great here against Ezreal. Assume they're gonna attack with the 3/3. Wow, really surprised they offered this trade here.
Alert the village.
This is a great pickup. It's going to let us shoot this before it can do anything, and that lets us curve out perfectly.
Safety will cost you.
Nothing escapes my watch.
Okay.
I need more hands.
I think I'm just playing babbling out here.
All is a mountain and covered in ice.
Yeah, so the line in the middle here is basically a stack, but only fast and slow spells utilize the stack. So allies and units and followers and champions come right into play. Burst spells just happen, but fast and slow spells go back and forth in the middle with giving players a chance to respond. It really hits a nice balance between, you know, not having any responses in a game like Hearthstone and people being able to counter actual every play you make, like in Magic. Makes the games flow quickly as well. The one big difference between the stack in Runeterra and the stack in Magic is that, unlike in Magic, when the stack starts resolving in Runeterra, the whole thing resolves. So it's not like Magic where one thing happens and then you can respond before the next thing happens. When you click resolve, the whole thing just goes. Which also is another thing that helps really speed up the rate of play in a pleasant way.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
I think with the fact that I just drew 2 more Ashes, we're going to get aggressive with this first one. Especially with the Harrowing lined up in our hand already. Although, if our opponent passes, I'm going to pass back and burn their mana. Yeah, I have children. So again, if both players pass in a row, the turn ends. So it's frequently correct if you're the more controlling deck in a matchup, when they pass like that, to just skip your attack and not let them play anything else for the turn. So I gave up an attack with my 5-3 and my 1-1 there. Wasn't going to attack with this anyways, but I burned my opponent's mana. They got to bank some of it, but not all of it. First time tuning in for Runeterra. Excited to see what this game is like. What's going on, Zabetto? Welcome, welcome. I think if they attack with that, I just grasp this, or I just trade actually. Yeah, with the Harrowing in my hand, this brings back the 6 strongest things that have died. I think I just start trading off some Ashes here. How is the complexity of the game for both the play and deck building? Runeterra has more in-game player agency, which by that I mean decisions that you make inside of the game itself, than any other card game I've ever played. I think the only negative thing I currently have to say about Runeterra is that the card pool does still lack some depth, but they're working on that. It's still a new game, and that's very understandable in my opinion. Their development plan for this client seems very reasonable. They plan to release new sets every 2 months in the short term, which means they're going to build the card pool up very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Yeah, and Ashe lived, which is great. So, I think I'm going to Chronicler of Rune this Ashe here. I got another shiny one?
You got the best one.
Mommy got the green one. Look at that, chat. That is a second shiny Rayquaza there. Let me check the IVs real quick. Appraise. Hold on. This is important. Ah, it's only 2 stars again. That's okay. It's okay. It's only 2 stars. Sorry. Sorry, I apologize. My wife was doing a Rayquaza raids while we were playing. How could you be so lucky? Listen, I am lucky professionally, chat. Yeah, a lot of Ashes have died at this point. This Harrowing is gonna make us some cold friends. Probably another shark. I'm gonna gain 3 in response just in case.
These old eyes still see far and clear.
I wonder if playing this out is wrong, because they might not attack now.
Anything helps.
I mean, getting 4 Ashes here is still lethal, right? Yeah, I guess they could have, like, another warning shot into Shark. So again, the Harrowing brings back your strongest dead things that died, but they're ephemeral, so they go away at end of turn. All of these Ashes will shoot arrows at these things. Yeah, I agree. Will getting pushed to 5 was one of the better changes that they made. It really opened the format up to breathe a lot. There's a lot more viable strategies with Will being a little bit more expensive. Yeah, I mean, we're attacking for 25 here, right? Remember, when Ashe levels, enemies with 0 power can't block, so none of these are blocking.
They don't know what they're up against.
Can Ezreal kill me in response? Maybe. It depends on if they can draw cards here.
Now. I'll lead us to victory.
We could just be dead here. Probably not.
Firing.
So close.
Unify the tribes.
Unify the tribes. Alright, sick. This deck seems like gasoline. Two Riptide Rexes couldn't stop the Ashe Armageddon. Yep. It's so incredible to me that I've been playing like 2 to 3 decks a day for like 2 months now, and I'm still finding new sweet things in this game. You doing another one?
No, but I turned an incense on, so I was doing
Oh.
your limited time research for you. And he just had to show you
Then I got another
a
one.
second shiny.
Listen, it's not even perfect IV, okay? It's basically useless.
Well, good, because you don't need 2 shinies. I need it. And he caught an Eevee on there, and he's like, "Oh, Daddy's gonna be so excited." You caught an Eevee for your dad?
Alright, against Teemo, I think we keep Rhymefang and Brittlesteel. I love you, family. Have fun.
We each hold
It's like, yeah, correct. It's funny when I'm doing like my deck changeover and like going through my checklist, sometimes I like instinctually like go to restart the client and it's like, oh wait, I don't have to restart Runeterra because it's not a piece of garbage. I'm gonna again just burn their mana here. I think they were expecting me to attack and hook their thing, and again, I think they're likely to kill this inside of combat, so rather than letting them kill it there, I just want to pass. Yeah, like, my computer is, like, top of the line. It's, like, the best you could, it's pretty close to, like, one of the better gaming PCs you can buy with money. I've got, like, a 2080 Super and, like, a 12-core i7, like... You know, it's actually kind of funny, Bender. So, like, people that aren't familiar with me from Magic, I'm considered I'm a person Wizards of the Coast won't work with because of the feedback I give them on some of their products, like saying Magic Arena is a very laggy piece of garbage. And it's kind of funny because, like, the reason why they largely won't work with me is because once upon a time I wrote this really scathing article about Magic Online and how it needed a lot of work, which is still true, it does. And I took a break from streaming Moto for a little while. All right. Retreat. Yep, sure. Is that article still up? You know, I actually went to look for it, Hoodox, when I was thinking about that the other day, and I must have deleted it at some point. It wasn't in the backlog on my website anymore. The URL it was linked to from somewhere gave me a 404 error.
Let's fly.
Gladly.
Well, our hand's kind of clunky this game so far, huh?
Breathe in, breathe out.
Used to watch you from TGA when I played before I got old. Yeah, War of the Spark should probably be renamed to, like, the War on Magic, because it all changed after the Nicol Bolas attacked.
I've been waiting for this.
What's going on, Sniper? Thanks for 11 months. I appreciate it. I think we're using these Brittle Steels as removal spells here. So, little ice, baby.
All the world on one arrow.
What do you think about silver right now? I don't know what that's referring to.
What is gained when we return malevolence? As the arrow flies.
This gets a free block on my Ashe, which is fine. We'll see if we get to hook this here finally. Dealerino.
Eyes open. Watch your ranches.
Oh. Oh. Because Runeterra is a better game than Magic's been in a long time. Magic's really struggled to be a good game recently. That is super adorable. This gets 2 1-drops out of your deck. And get the Teemo's probably their only 1-drop. I think I'm supposed to, like, eat my 3-1 to draw 2 cards here, because it feels so bad if they... Maybe I'm just supposed to start killing Ashes. I'll eat my Ashe and then play this Ashe, and then we can rekindler an Ashe back. And for people that aren't familiar with my background, I spent a number of years after grad school traveling the country playing Magic the Gathering semi-professionally. I finished one of the years ranked 2 on the SCG Tour. I qualified for 2 of their 3 Players Championships. I top-8'd over a dozen of their several hundred to thousand player tournaments.
I will unite the Freljord.
So I've played a lot of Magic the Gathering over the years. And then for the last little over 2 years now, I've been streaming full-time as a job, largely doing Magic here on Twitch.
We burn, then kindle anew.
Grow free.
We are heading to Mushroom Land.
Armed and ready.
Alright, so each of these double the number of mushrooms in my deck when they hit me. So rather than going to 52 mushrooms, I'm gonna Frostbite one of them.
Avarosa, guide me.
In general, just as a heads up for people that are new in chat, making comments like, that was a misplay or that was a mistake without validating your statement with why the thing you're witnessing you think is wrong is going to get you a pretty quick timeout, generally speaking. I definitely make plenty of mistakes. I'm frequently wrong. Just ask my wife. But if you're not helping me learn and helping me understand why you feel I made a mistake, you're not really being useful in chat. That's not really about timeout culture, Scruff McGruff. That's more about chat rules. Timeout culture is more referring to like stuff like, people asking for timeouts. Hey, Adonis, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Someone asked, is Legend of Runeterra more generous in the free-to-play progression period of Magic? Yes, by an incredible factor. Legend of Runeterra has both the most generous free-to-play system and the most generous pay-to-play system of any digital card game that exists. It's very, very well done. Alright, we could potentially kill them here, right? We Rekindler into an Ashe, and then we Crystal Arrow and say, hey, you can't block. Like, they've got a bunch of cards here and a bunch of mana, so they could interact with us. But good chance we kill them here. This deck's sweet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They are technically still dead on board, right? Unless they have, though they don't have Deny Mana up here anymore either. This is 10, 17. I guess they could have another spell to interact with one of my things. Yeah, Deny costs 4. They only have 3. They could have like a Get Excited or a Mystic Shot. Lets them live. But if they don't have something to interact with another one of my attackers here, they are dead, because Ashe, leveled Ashe says, things with 0 power can't block.
A gift from Avarosa.
Ice, ice, baby. Do. If you haven't played the tutorial, Dirty Digits, I'd really encourage you to do that. If you understand the priority and turn system a little bit, you will understand the flow of what's going on screen a lot better and can ask better questions about it. Because we're happy to answer specific questions. I try to talk about what we're doing and why, but if you don't have any basis, it's hard to pick that up too, even I know. Yeah, this is a sweet one, Blitz. I'm surprised I haven't played against this at any point. And for people that are coming through Magic wondering, like, does this game have a dumpster fire of a metagame as well? It does not. If you go to the Mobalytics site, not only have I played a ton of great decks, but there's a tier list up there that has, like, over a dozen decks rated at B through S tier. So, the ranking is, do we have an LP command? It's not rank 50. Someone made a LP command, I don't remember what it was, though. Ezreal Twisted Fate. I think I'm mulliganing everything here. Maybe I should keep Brittle Steel to like Fog and Ezreal for a turn, but like Ice Veil Arch doesn't seem very good either.
dead don't need riches.
There's actually a screenshot. We hit Master 69 earlier tonight. It was great. Quite good, in fact.
Grog if you work, run if you don't.
I think I frostbite this, so this way if they want to attack, I can trade with the 3-2, and then we'll get to Vile Feast, the 2-1.
I'll blow up the pieces. Time to get rich.
Did I ever play League of Legends? I did not. Legend of Runeterra was my first experience with this IP. And I think since they offered this for free, I just do this and take a little damage here. Weird that they didn't do that pre-combat. As you will, though, I suppose.
It was right on my tail.
Babblingberg just continues to be one of the best cards. Very, very good. I think with them having a bunch of 2-power things, I don't really want to attack my 3-3 into their 3-2. Just gonna go ahead and pass here. We basically have a pseudo combo kill with this deck, so I don't need to be aggressive early. We could just bide our time.
Double back for the next kill.
So I consider playing League in our variety section of the stream. I don't know that I really want to learn a whole new genre of game. The last time I played a MOBA was the original Dota as a Warcraft 3 custom map, to date myself for a moment.
Treasures of the ages for a price.
We're gonna play some Valorant. We're gonna play some Valorant later this week on Friday, but I don't think I plan to get into League at all. You know what? I think I'm okay with things dying. Let's play this out.
A true Freljordian welcome.
Are you gonna play with chat? Yeah, I think we're gonna play Valorant with chat on Friday. Is the plan?
I'm always up for a round or two.
Agreed. Get to draw here at least. Sure. So they deny me the draw. I think, you should be collecting those royalties for D&D, sir. See, what's going on, Nick? Long time no chat. Hope you're staying safe out there. That was where we spent most of our time. Counter-Strike Source. Do I eat the Twisted Fate trade here that puts Thresh up to 4 things have died? Or I can eat this for free? Letting them get another turn with Twisted Fate. Sounds loose. I think I need to do this. Up to 7 total mana here, so we could Ashe plus Rhymefang here. They might open on attacks here. They have a pretty decent attack.
Yeah, you don't want to cross me.
Yeah, I think I like doing evenings for the weekend segments.
Unite the Freljord.
My weekday streams are definitely gonna stay daytime, but evening yesterday and today was nice. A Fall Guys lobby for Hoaglandia could also be fun too. I was watching a few other people try that. Looks amusing.
Continue without me.
Alright, so I think we're doing this and then frostbiting this to keep my health total high. And then Thresh gets to level here. What's Fall Guys? Yeah, Fall Guys is a new game that's in beta this weekend. It's a battle royale, but it's a game show like Wipeout. Yeah, that's a good description. Alright, so definitely want to open attacks here, so that way they can't kill this before it attacks and gets me an Ashe. Oh, wait, I can hook this actually, right? Because Ashe is going to frostbite it. Now, the eye in this game is wonderful, but it is currently bugged with Thresh. It doesn't show what Thresh is going to get. I guess it's technically because it's a random effect. Because if you have multiple non-Thresh champions in your deck, he could get... It doesn't guarantee what he could get, but we have Ashe, so he's going to guaranteed get Ashe. And then Ashe frostbites their thing with the most power. They're frostbiting me back. That's just rude. Okay, so we're actually not in a terrible spot here. So I get to go babbling into play Ashe, and then when they attack, I get to harsh winds them, and if I get to my next turn, I get to Harrowing, and we could potentially kill them with the Harrowing. Because remember, we're a combo deck. We're just trying to stay alive. Oh, that's a sick draw.
Lead the target. I'll lead us to victory.
Well, they didn't trigger Plunder there. They need Shark plus Enabler.
Some rock got me good.
Ice, ice, baby. Do 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 do. Nice ice, baby. These are a few of my favorite things.
Deal me in. All that glitters.
Ha! Man. I'm digging this one, chat.
A new friend rise.
I'm digging this one. I am picking up what it is putting down. Easy deck of the day pick. For people that... I know it's tough for people to watch everything that I do, because I usually play 2 or sometimes 3 Runeterra decks per day. I always pick one of the decks that we play over the course of the day and tag it as a favorite. So if you can't watch everything that I produce, you want to catch just the best of the best and find the sweetest deck ideas that come across the stream, I have a favorites page on my website that gets updated every day. Ezreal, Teemo. Ezreal, Teemo. That's a mashup. For Demacia Sasamato, thanks for the 22 months. I keep Ice Veil Archery, can fog an attack. It's Spooky Ezreal with Teemo early. Okay. Yeah, I do have a YouTube page. And absolutely everything that I stream gets archived there. And I cut it all up deck by deck. Lots of great Runeterra stuff up there. As well as Magic and variety segments. Although, we're not going to be doing Magic for a little bit. Although, asterisk, for my Magic people in the audience, I was talking to Nox, and there's a community-managed format called Pre-Modern that I think we're going to coordinate playing for a few hours on Magic Online. Not this week, but next week. It's basically a constructed format with all cards from the start of Magic with a banned list through Onslaught block, I think. Just like all the sets that come before Modern. It could be fun to do something as basically a variety segment for the day. I'm just passing here. And then they're going to Ezreal, and then I'll Rhyme Thing Wolf and kill Ezreal. Now, a real question here is, who's the beatdown? Like, I don't know if we're supposed to be pressuring them or if they're supposed to be pressuring us. Yeah, basically, Verdash. Only cards with old borders. That's really cute. That's adorable.
A chill in the air.
What's going on, Reckless? Yeah, we had a good-sized audience tonight. Decided I wanted to play a little bit more. And I'm really glad we did. This deck's been awesome. This is gonna die because it's ephemeral. They'll draw a card.
Like the signal fires.
Yeah, it's notably when you're playing pre-modern, there's no planeswalkers that are legal.
All the world on one.
What's going on, Razor X? Yeah, I think I'm gonna be doing my weekend. I'm trying to do stream for a little bit every day now, and I think I'm gonna be doing my weekend segments in the evening now.
Avarosans, stand together.
Hey, there's another Ashe for down the line, which sounds great. Yeah, giving them targets to level their Ezreal's a little scary. Do you remember the Vanguard cards? I do. I actually have some physical Vanguard cards in a box here somewhere. I had eight actual ones, and then my playgroup and I printed out all the rest of them and like played with them as proxies. It was a lot of fun.
Don't blink or you miss me.
Their colors don't have any protection for this, right? I could just Grasp the Undying it. I could also Ice Veil Archer it and then Rhyme Wolf it next turn. Let's do that, actually.
And ready.
And then, like, if this doesn't work, I can always Grasp it the following turn.
Continue without me.
Welcome back to the party, Ashe. I do like money, Beansy. Big fan of money. I'm gonna Vile Feast my own thing here, because it denies them a point on Ezreal's level, and it denies them a spider.
Firing.
Arrow flies.
No sweat.
So they're chumping with their Ezreal there because they're setting themselves up for Harrowing. Maybe for a donation, who knocks? I don't know. It's just while I liked the core gameplay of Mythgard, the monetization model just leaves a lot to be desired. It's really tough to get into. I think if I recall correctly, it ended up costing me something like $300 or $400 to get a full playset of Mythgard stuff, which is just like, it's a lot.
I will unite the Freljord.
Again, just denying them their Ezreal trigger there, which is a little bit futile to a degree. What is this doing? Alright. You know. Tofu Cow, thank you for the 20 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Just keeping me around. Hey, they have Ruination, right? Alright, so they're dead. Yeah, so this deck that we're playing only works because of the digital environment. So unlike in Magic, where when you're reanimating things, you're not reanimating specific copies of cards in Runeterra. There's like a fake graveyard that tracks where stuff dies to, but you're allowed to reanimate multiple copies of the same thing that's died. So that's why, like, that Harrowing there got us a bunch of Ashes, because the same Ashe died again and again and again. So, like, this whole deck that we're playing only works because of that aspect of the game. It's very different coming from Magic. Of course, exclamation point deck gets you a link to my Mobalytics page. There's also an overlay on if you're watching on the PC. Teemo Fizz. Oh no. This is my high emote, by the way. Encapsulates me well. I think I keep all of these. The challenger units are very good in this matchup. This is my favorite champion combination in this game currently. They could be playing their own variation, though. There's a lot of different cards you can play. Here I go! So Fizz here, 2-1 for 1. Whenever they cast a spell, it counters everything that's targeting him. So very difficult to kill with things like Grasp, for example. Yes, yeah, if they hadn't, and like, I could grasp this, but it's very unlikely to work. So I'm just gonna play Rhyme Wolf.
All the world on one arrow.
What's going on there, Ray Bray? Yeah. I decided to run a little bit later than I had scheduled today, so we had a good crowd, and I was having a good time.
Prepared for anything.
Am I missed calling the dog back? I think the answer is yes. Like, this deck's been really sweet. 50 Shades of Josh. I've liked it a lot.
I love the smell of mushrooms in the morning.
Pretty much everything we play on this stream is powered by viewer submissions. And if you'd like to submit your own deck to be played, you can do so following the directions on my website here. You can also always check the deck queue on my site to know what's going to be coming up and when. Again, I shot Teemo there as opposed to Fizz, because Fizz can protect himself and is likely to do so. Make it rain. Some things die while others feel the pain. Make it rain. As someone who's played the opponent's archetype a good bit, because it's so much fun, challenger units are just one of the toughest things to deal with, especially large challenger units like this. Yeah, we've been playing a ton of Runeterra, James. Game is a lot of fun. I think I'm supposed to hook Fizz with this one. Maybe I just don't attack with the wolf. Just clean their board out. All these things dying levels Thresh, so that's fine. Like, if this just happens, 5 things die and Thresh is 1 off. You know, honestly, James, if you haven't tried Runeterra, I feel like this game took the best parts of Hex and got rid of the bad parts. Oh, that explains the Make It Rain last turn. Okay. This is also why we hooked Fizz with Thresh and not the Wolf. It's harder to kill Fizz, or harder to kill Thresh. No, I explicitly did not hook Fizz with the Wolf because of their removal. Yep. How do you attack with all? If you click on one unit and then drag around, you collect up the things in the order you select them and put them all into play in the order you selected them. Which is very, very elegant. Anything's possible with a functional game, quiet. Yep. Someone was saying you need a graveyard to be able to check. If you put Harrowing on the stack like this and mouse over the eye, it shows you what you're gonna get. So while it's not exactly like being able to look through everything that's died, it's functionally what you want for this. Yes, the box will kill Fizz, unless they have like Fizz plus suit up. Yeah, I guess I should technically hook this, because now it's going to chump block my 5-power thing. What's in the box? Hate that it telegraphs you have Harrowing, and that's fair. I mean, it could be any non-burst spell, right?
Not yet. Good to go. Not and ready.
Burst spells with targets as well. Yeah, that's true. Jace the Man Sculptor, I have a lot of respect for you. You stick to your beliefs and are moderate based on them to create a good environment. I don't agree with all your viewpoints, but I can always listen because you're intelligent and informed. Thanks for the 20 months. I appreciate it. And thanks for sticking around while we're exploring new things. If I'm being honest, I had kind of expected my sub count to fall off a cliff at this point, and so far it's holding steady-ish, so it's still only been a week since I announced I was going to focus on mostly Runeterra, so we'll see where it's at a month from now, but so far I'm optimistic. I think part of that too is not only people staying for me, but I think Runeterra itself has resonated with a lot of people. I think most Magic players that try this game will realize that it's great. Yeah, in fact, when I've talked about this a little bit too, so I've been doing 2 Runeterra decks and then a variety segment every day during the week. When the new set drops later this month, I'm going to scale back the variety segments and move to doing 3 to 5 Runeterra decks per day. And we've got lots of new cards. As someone who's never touched League, the IP in this game is just like adorable to an unreasonable degree. All right, so they're playing Heimerdinger, so probably want to keep the grasp to kill this guy. 5D chess was actually much more, I was expecting it just to be novel but stupid. I actually really liked it. We're going to do 5D chess again this week. I'm going to mulligan the Vile Feast and keep the rest of these, I think. 5D. If you didn't, wait, I have a clip. If you didn't watch the 5D chess segment, you should watch this 30 seconds really quickly. And if that 30 seconds sounds great to you, you should check it out. The clip perfectly encapsulates what 5D chess was.
Control the mages.
Keep the peace.
Okay, so I'm actually going to Ice Veil Archer their 1/1 here because I'm okay trading this for this. And if I Frostbite this, they won't attack with it and instead will attack me for 1. That was a clip I was hoping you would get out of 5. It's really good comic. It's just chef's kiss perfect clip. The game is just so utterly ridiculous in just the best possible way. Alright, that's a big in. So this only frostbites little things. Unfortunately. Babbling is going to queue us up an Ashe next turn, so that's nice.
Stand in judgment. You have no alibi.
You have no alibi. Thanks. Thank you for the 1.5 years. I really appreciate that. Welcome back.
My life
I'm jumping here. This lets me brittle steal this now, which is nice. I've been playing Magic since 2013 and found Runeterra's gameplay rejuvenating. They have a wide variety of in-game choices. Yeah, I agree, Rangtingy. Big agree.
ancient things trapped in the ice.
I honestly, for a while there, I was really wondering, like, did something change for me? Like, am I a different person? Like, is everything, like, with the stress from COVID and, like, the outside world and my kids and, like, having a new baby during a pandemic, like, did that change who I am and just made me not like things I used to like? But, like, discovering Runeterra really made me realize I wasn't the problem. It's Magic's that has changed. So my opponent definitely has plays here, and I think I'm just passing to burn their mana here again, because I think if I attack, they're likely to interact with me inside of combat anyways, so I'm just going to do this. I think I'm pretty unlikely to kill anything with this because of their interaction, so I'd rather just burn the resources here. Again, just love the back and forth counterplay decisions that the game offers with even just the resource system like that. I think that summary of Magic changing was fire. God bless. So I need to get Ashes into play and get them dying so I can, like, Harrowing and Rekindler and stuff. Well, my girlfriend up to this point has been charged the internet account. I found out tonight we only have 25 MB internet. Gotta pump those numbers up. Those are some rookie numbers. Yeah, I agree, Drethmar. The fact that they found a way to incorporate a stack-like instance into Runeterra without also incorporating the slow gameplay that Magic does. Like, the fact that the stack all resolves at once is such an incredibly elegant solution to... It's such an incredibly elegant solution to how slow games of Magic are with the back and forth with all the priority passes. Heimer is still very good. Still very, very powerful card. I also, and again, just to, it feels like they made this game for me because everything I've always wanted out of Magic is here. Like, even down to the round timers. Like, one of my biggest complaints with Magic's digital clients was always they give people too much clock time, way more than they need on average. And like, the timers in this game are super aggressive, but still give you time to make decisions. Especially because of things like the eye cutting out manual math that you normally have to do that would occupy your time. Like, how much of your thinking in games of Magic is just like sitting there doing tedious arithmetic on the board. So, they've got a T-Hex here. I'm at a nice healthy 20 still. That's a great draw. We'll see. I'm expecting them to open attacks here since they developed the 8/8.
Right out.
Time to get my hands dirty.
You have no alibi.
You have no alibi. Their archetype does have some traditional reach in it, which is a little scary. I think I'm going to 6 here. Is this too greedy? I guess I could do this and then Frostbite this. That's probably the play. Go to 11. 11's better than 6. Let's do that. Yeah, I agree. The 6 unit limit and the way decisions work and supporting and ordering combat, they did a really good job of taking something that was obviously a limitation because of mobile and turning it into a value-added asset that makes the game better. Yeah, there's three things dying here, and I get priority afterwards, so I get to play this Ashe, which means if they go to like get excited this, I can eat my Ashe in response and level Thresh, which is great.
The sun is shining. We should too.
There is also a spell limit on the stack. Accurate.
Confine and contain.
You don't know what you're doing.
Okay, so they 1000% play single combat, right? So I think I'm just obligated to pass here. I kind of want to glimpse my Ashe, but I also don't. Well, I guess I have this. Yeah, I should glimpse my Ashe. I'm dumb. I can cast both of these. I have 5 mana. I was missing my 1 spell mana while I was overthinking things. They're gonna pass here and burn my mana now. Please play something. Please play something. I 100% should have done this with this up. I was worried about get excited for half a second there, but when they tapped down to 2, single combat was the only thing they had left. Yeah, they might go for it here. I think glimpsing is worth it because I have another Ashe and I have a Rekindler. Sick. Nailed it.
The time is right. Strike now.
I mean, like, they have the barriers, like, they have incentive to want to do it.
Beautiful to try.
That doesn't do much, right? Yeah, I only have one Ashe. I think I have to just do this. Yeah, Lux is gonna start blasting, which is really scary.
Pushing my limits.
Whoa, it's showing the Ashe this time. Weird. Usually it doesn't. I should attack with Rekindler. Why? They're gonna have something to laser regardless. I want Rekindler as a blocker.
I will unite the Fair Lord. Avarosa, guide me.
Yeah, I need blockers to not die in the backswing, chat.
Do your worst.
So I'll get to play this before we pass, and then if they don't open attacks, I'll get to Rekindler. Thresh is about to die to a final spark.
No more holding back.
These old eyes still see far and clear.
Still see far and clear. So every time they cast 6 total mana worth of spells, and it adds them up over the little ones, they get another laser beam. Yes, they did. That was part of the reason why I started playing Dreth. There's no limit to the number of wild cards you can buy in this game anymore. I thought that was very silly when they did that. Oh, right. There's a crystal arrow on top of my deck, too. That's pretty good.
Look out for Reavers.
Look out for Reavers. Nope, yep, I agree, that was a very silly decision. Why they wanted to limit you. So I could Crystal Arrow, which freezes this, and this. Or I could just Rekindler. So I think I just Rekindler, make another Ashe here. And that gives me Flash Freeze here as a line here too. Potentially. And if they do anything that's not burst speed... Oh, God. Well, that's super punishing. I think we're dead, right? Because this gives them... Mage Seeker generated this card. That's so brutal. Okay, I don't think we're dead. I take a hit here and here. I'm going to 4. He's F overwhelm.
Let's brighten up their day.
Ashe's arrow is slow, unfortunately. Otherwise, we would have responded there and blown them out.
Come from the dawn.
Well, we were bound to lose the game eventually. That is correct, Crackpipe. So things overwhelm, which is equivalent to trample for magic, is a lot more powerful in this game because you can't double block. That was really close. If we would have gotten to untap and play our big one, we'd have killed him on the backswing. Was that a creative card too? I don't know. It was a burst spell. I could have pulled up the log and moused over it. Anivia, they're also Shadow Isles. Frigorly. I think I'm mulliganing all of these looking for cheaper threads. Sentry's one of our best cards against a control deck. Perfect. Sign me up. Sign me up. As much fun as I am playing this, it's going to be our last game with this one. I do want to be live at my normal 11 a.m. time tomorrow morning, so want to publish these videos tonight and then get a good night's rest. You have a link to the decks you play in Runeterra, like the Fizz Teemo list. Yeah, exclamation point Dexterity, get my Mobalytics page. You can also, if you want video gameplay of anything that we've played, you go to my YouTube channel. Everything's cut up there deck by deck, and in each video description, there's a deck code and a link to the deck on Mobalytics. Please, always try to stay well organized here. You can also see upcoming decks they're going to be playing in the future in the deck queue. Pretty much play the deck queue from the top down. If you have a sweet Runeterra deck yourself that you'd like to get played on stream, feel free to submit it. If they pass the turn here, I'm going to burn their mana. I know, like, obviously I could get an attack for 4 there, but I think this game's going to go along anyways, and I think nabbing a mana advantage there is valuable. Jeff, does us watching VODs on Twitch or YouTube make a difference here? I would prefer if you watch on YouTube. So they are up on Twitch as well, but YouTube recommends my stuff more if there's more people watching it. So usually I publish stuff to YouTube pretty quickly, so if it doesn't make a difference to you, it helps me out more if you watch on YouTube for replays. You open attacks to start and see what they do.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
I think we just start getting Ashes into play. Start getting copies of her killed so we can work towards Harrowing.
These old eyes still see far and clear.
This one's on the house.
Yeah, right. Dova's gifted a number of subs over the last couple weeks. So I think we just Frostbite Archer here.
A chill in the air.
Lets me eat this in combat.
Homeland. These are our lands.
Pretty okay with these things dying. Just kind of want to get my hand empty at this point, honestly.
Alert the village!
Huh? I guess I actually probably want to get Thresh down next turn, so that way I can hook this egg.
Mountain and covered in ice.
It's annoying that I don't have Mist Call up now, but it's also not the end of the world. I have plenty more Ashes where that came from. Nowhere to hide.
You gotta believe me.
Wow, that just worked. Huh. Alright. Well.
One candle for every soul.
I am playing this out now, so this way I can eat this with a glimpse in case they try to kill Thresh, so that way I can level my Thresh. Getting leveled Thresh is big game here.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Yeah, their deck has some parallels to ours. They're trying to reanimate Anivia. Is there a punish to me glimpsing Ashe and bringing her back here? I don't think there is, right? Yeah, ideally you want a Harrowing around Ruination is accurate. Oh. Yeah, I guess that's technically a thing, huh?
Strike them down.
Yeah, we've been at the top for most of tonight, comic. Last night we had lower viewership because BBG was on. But we've been at or near the top all evening tonight. That's a pretty big one, Ashe. Oh, right, we had other things die there. I'm just so used to Mistcall always bringing back Ashe. In my head, I was like, okay, we're gonna get an Ashe. But you're totally right that that did not necessarily have to go that way.
Avarosans, stand together. The time is right. Strike now.
Join the conflagration.
Time to reflect.
So this is how their deck works. So their deck recovers a bunch of Anivias, just like we recover. Their deck has a very similar game plan to ours, except they're reanimating Anivias, whereas we're reanimating Ashes. So their deck depends on getting to 10 mana, whereas ours doesn't.
A new era.
Because Anivia's not very good, not nearly as good if she's not enlightened.
Let's soar.
So he's gonna kill all my things anyways, so he might as well block.
We burn, then kindle anew.
They gonna Harrowing? They gonna Ruination here? They're gonna Harrowing again, sure.
Icy grip of death falls.
4-drop gets one more Ashe. How does the 4-drop? Oh, because I could have miscalled. Oh, I could have this, killed this, and then miscalled, done that. Yeah, and then I would have had, and then we would have killed them, right? I guess they could have had Ruination. And now I'm short, right? Like I'm attacking for 20. I'm attacking for 20, but my opponent has a blocker. I can like frostbite 2 of these and these frostbite 2. We're just gonna die in the backswing, right?
Show me a target. I'll lead us to victory.
So if I would have had a 3-3 and another Ashe here, they wouldn't have been able to block with this. And they would have needed Harsh Winds to survive. Yeah, I definitely messed that up. They def have Harsh Winds? Maybe. I don't know if there's an 8 necessarily strict guarantee of that. Okay, well, we're taking 8 from Anivia triggers next turn. And then we get to Mistcall, Chronicler of Rune, maybe a Babbling in the middle. So all of these are dying to these Anivia triggers anyways. So I get to block with them first, so that way the actual 3-power birds don't hit me. Yeah, we're hoping Mistcall hits Rekindler. We're a coin flip on that. If Mistcall hits Rekindler, we can get 2 Ashes this turn. Harrowing off the top could win if they don't have Ruination, which they've seen a lot of cards at this point, so they could have Ruination. That doesn't feel like the play of someone who has Ruination. I don't think I can play around Ruination here, right? I think I need to Babbling to draw an Ashe out of my deck, so I have a Frostbite. And then we Crystal Arrow, Frostbite 2. We Ashe, Frostbite 1. And then the attacks, Frostbite 2 more.
Up there in the mountains.
Well, like a Crystal Arrow to draw for Harrowing. Yeah, that's a good call. No, Arrow is based on health. So it's going to Frostbite this and this.
A gift from Avarosa.
I definitely should have drawn for Harrowing, though. Didn't hit it. Alright, do you have a Ruination? If they don't have Ruination here, we could kill them. Harsh Winds also prevents them from dying, so we have to dodge Ruination and Harsh Winds, which is incredibly unlikely because Anivia's champion spell is Harsh Winds. Yeah, they get a chance to Ruination before I attack, though. Sorry, Miss Jackson. And I need to put more power into play, so I have better attackers. Okay, so they don't have Ruination, but they probably have Harsh Winds, and then I die. I could deal 10, and then I could deal 11. Yeah, they had priority when I was sitting there talking, because I played a spell. It's funny, I could like Vile Feast and make a spider to have an 11th point too. I'm just like one short.
Time is right. Strike now.
Yeah, it's slow, but they had priority. The way I had to play it, I had to give them priority. Yeah, I agree. And like their draw's been like, Sans not having Ruination, their draw's been pretty good. Like we haven't seen a Harrowing.
I protect this place. Brace yourselves.
All right, as much as I like to try and end on high notes, we had a lot of high notes in this set. This deck was incredibly sweet.
Not a lost
It's getting late here. Should you keep Ashe in the opening hand? Mulliganing in this game is a lot more nuanced than that. It depends on like what your matchup is, how good you expect Ashe to be. If they're gonna run, if you're playing against an aggressive deck, for instance, Ashe isn't particularly good in your opener. Yeah, I don't know that I have anything in here offhand that I would like to change. The core of the deck felt super reasonable. Icevale Archer, Sentry, Vile Feast, Rhymefang Wolf felt like they gave us good tools along with Brittle Steel, good tools against the aggressive decks in the early game. Just babbling Ashe and Thresh gave us like reasonable mid-range game plan, and then having a couple Harrowing and Rekindler at the top end, like this giving us like this combo kill felt really, really clean. I think this has definitely felt like one of the better mid-range decks that I've played in a little bit. We did not kill any Brahms with Rhymefang. Braum has not been super popular since they nerfed him back down to 0 power. At any rate, if you're someone new to the channel, make sure you follow. I am generally live 7 days a week with some amount of Runeterra for the foreseeable future. I try to play 2 to 3 different constructed decks every day, so you tend to get a lot of variety here. We play each deck for an hour to 2 hours at a time. If you can't catch me when I'm live, be sure to check out my website or my YouTube channel. You can subscribe there for free, and I post everything that I stream up there. If you're interested in seeing what decks we're going to have coming up on stream or submitting your own deck to be played, check out the deck queue on my website. Everybody stay safe out there everywhere in the world. Enjoy the rest of your evening and the rest of your weekend. Peace, folks.